Good evening and welcome to Buckingham Palace, where the Diamond Jubilee concert has just finished. The Queen watched artists from every decade of her 60-year reign perform in front of thousands of people, but the Duke of Edinburgh did not accompany her today. He's in the King Edward VII Hospital in central London tonight with a bladder infection. Buckingham Palace says he'll be kept in for observation for a few days and was disappointed to miss the show. Our first report tonight is from our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell.
There was a show to put on, and put it on they did. The backdrop of Buckingham Palace, the area around the Victoria Memorial, had become a huge auditorium, with 10,000 who'd received tickets in the public ballot, watching from the stands, and tens of thousands more in the Mall and the adjoining parks. The Queen had never been due to watch the first part of the concert, but other members of the immediate family looked relaxed, suggesting that the news of the Duke of Edinburgh's hospitalisation had not caused undue concern within the family. The Duke, who will be 91 in a few days' time, had seemed well yesterday, with the Queen aboard the royal barge, looking untroubled by having to stand for several hours in the cold. He's appeared to have made a full recovery from the heart scare 2 days before Christmas last year, when he was admitted to hospital with a blocked coronary artery. He's accompanied the Queen on all the main Jubilee visits so far this year, often though there has been a doctor in the royal party watching unobtrusively. On stage at the concert at 9 o'clock, Lenny Henry announced the arrival of the Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Her Majesty the Queen.
Like the other members of the family, she seemed entirely relaxed. Singers and performers from the Commonwealth paid their tribute from an international fraternity of nations which, for 60 years, has been so close to her heart.
Diamonds are forever.
Dame Shirley Bassey sang, naturally enough, about diamonds. And as the summer season turned to night, Stevie Wonder brought his own Diamond Jubilee greeting.
So live and let die.
The finale involved Sir Paul McCartney, the Palace and pyrotechnics. The Queen was escorted onto the stage, and the concert was told by the Prince of Wales that one member of the royal party had unfortunately been absent.
The only sad thing about this evening is that my father couldn't be here with us, because unfortunately he is taken unwell. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you shout loud enough, he might just hear us in hospital and get...
The Queen lit the national beacon. It had been a night when she hadn't expected to be without her husband, as she will be again tomorrow, and yet she was surrounded by the warmth of this Jubilee concert.
In 4 minutes, all set to glorious music. Let's enjoy it.
Well, Nick's here, and Nick, mixed emotions, of course, for the royal family today.
Yes, they were clearly enjoying it, and as I was saying there, they all looked relaxed, including the Queen, and she was enjoying it, but there will have been disappointment, and there must be concern, but I don't think that it is serious concern, judging by the mood, what we're hearing from Buckingham Palace. I think it will be more pronounced tomorrow during the national service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral. I think the Queen will miss his presence there. That, for her, will be an important, a solemn occasion, and she would, of course, she'd want her husband to be beside her all the time, but particularly tomorrow for that service of Thanksgiving. But I think that after a couple of days we will see the Duke emerging from hospital and rejoining the royal family, but of course a matter of disappointment that he has been absent for, well, potentially half of this Diamond Jubilee weekend.
Nick, for the moment, thanks very much. Our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell, there. Well, about 20,000 people were here to watch the concert tonight. Many of them had won their seats through a ballot, and tens of thousands were watching outside on big screens in the Mall. Lorna Gordon was among them.
The music started, and so did the party. Here on the Mall, no tickets required, and everyone was invited.
What's it like to be here? Oh, fantastic! It's wonderful! It's a big buzz! She's amazing, really is. Scales of 1 to 10? Oh, 100! 100 million!
This famous Royal Avenue leading up to the palace, full of people, a sea of Union flags, red, white and blue.
What's it like to be here?
It's wonderful, an excellent atmosphere.
What's making this evening really special are the people here, the crowds, their energy, their enthusiasm. It's quite incredible, and if anything, a little infectious.
It's like once in a lifetime thing, so yeah, didn't want to miss it.
Every time she's got some kind of occasion, I'm here. Last year I was here for Kate and Will's wedding. Camped out then.
Tens of thousands, young and old, joining in. Even those further back had a view. And as dusk fell, some space to dance and move. So a party, a celebration, a Jubilee concert. For all here, this has been a night to remember. Lorna Gordon, BBC News on the Mall.
Well, the event ended with the Queen lighting one of more than 4,000 beacons here. It was part of a chain of fires across the Commonwealth, from Tonga to Pakistan to Canada, as well as around Britain. Our UK Affairs correspondent Chris Buckler joins us from Pontefract Castle tonight. Chris.
Shan, ahead of the Diamond Jubilee, the stated aim was to have 2,012 beacons to mark 2012. In the end, more than double that number were set alight today, of which this was just one. Fireworks and flames have been visible across the UK, a nation uniting in celebration. Pontefract Castle, with its centuries-old links to kings and queens, was just one of thousands of places where people marked 6 decades of history and honoured a monarch. Beacons, a symbol of that respect.
Brilliant. It's a bringing together of communities, it's a solidarity, it's, I don't know, it's like a light, a beacon joining the whole nation.
I've had a queen now for 60 years and she's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you can't beat it, can you?
And it's to 70 years.
Yeah.
Fire was seen from hilltops and historic locations, a flame from the castle lighting up Edinburgh. Events had been organised in villages, towns and cities. Here in Newport, hundreds came for this moment. There were crowds in Bristol too, a party atmosphere with the intention to unite. And fire was a symbol carried right throughout the land, seen in the sky above Antrim Castle in Northern Ireland. Beacons are part of a long tradition of celebration.
In the provinces, celebrations were held everywhere.
These are the fires that burned to mark George V's Silver Jubilee.
At night it blazes its loyal message while thousands of Scots look on.
In 2012, across the Commonwealth, people have been paying tribute to the Queen on her Diamond Jubilee. Tonga, one of the first places to light a beacon. And in Canberra, the Australian Prime Minister lit the beacon at Parliament House. The chain of flames around the world and around this nation was completed in London, the last of the beacons lit by Her Majesty, the Queen, at the very heart of the events organised in her honour. There's no doubt that events in the capital were spectacular, but it's hoped by having these beacons and events right across this Diamond Jubilee weekend, across this country, it was hoped that as many communities as possible would have the chance to take part in the celebrations. Shan.
Chris, thank you. Chris Buckler from Pontefract Castle. That's it from Buckingham Palace. A lot quieter now. Thousands of people have already streamed home after tonight's Diamond Jubilee concert. The Queen watched with other members of the royal family, but as we're hearing, the Duke of Edinburgh missed the event tonight. He's in hospital with a bladder infection. Buckingham Palace says he will stay there for the next few days as a precaution. Now let's go back to Kate Silverton in the studio with the rest of the day's news.
Sean, thank you.